Hey, friends. Welcome to another edition of Off Script.
Off Script. It's our video podcast Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays right here on fox4now.com. You just click watch live. You can find us on fox4now.com. We have our own page now.
Yeah, we do.
High fives. And hopefully you're watching us on YouTube right now, streaming. Look at this. We're just growing in leaps and bounds.
We love it, and we're going to keep growing.
We are.
Yeah.
Not physically.
No, we're trying to do the opposite. Anyway, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
I had to think about that for a second. I was late to work today because,
For a very valid reason. Let's talk about this. Amy was preparing lunch for one of her twin girls, and when I saw her message, I was like, oh, like she's really focused on making lunch happen for one of the girls. But I didn't realize the level of we're giving sophisticated lunch for the girls.
So we weren't sophisticated lunch.
Okay.
They buy lunch sometimes whenever they like what's on the menu.
Okay.
My other two decided to buy lunch today because it's orange chicken and white rice.
With it.
One of them didn't want that.
And you said the chef at
She
school
makes
is
it.
It's good. She
Yeah,
makes
it's a woman, Candy. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Anywhoots, so we had to make lunches. Well, I learned halfway through the school year that a lunchbox with food in it was not,
Is it that it's not cool anymore?
Well, all the other kids have these bento boxes, Mom. I want a box in my lunchbox. And I'm like,
Bento box.
okay. So, I kind of get it, though, because I ordered them off Amazon or whatever they came. And here, I'll just show you kind of an example because obviously I didn't take a picture of my kid's lunchbox this morning.
I'm with the organization.
And it gets rid of the plastic bags and stuff. So, you can do a little sandwich action. And then I usually do fruit. For example, this morning.
Tell us, girl.
She had strawberries and raspberries cut up.
Love.
One little section. And another one was she won't eat the string cheese unless I cut it. And she calls it coins. Okay. So she had that in another section. She had some Ruffles cheddar and sour cream potato chips because those are her favorite.
Okay.
A sugar cookie from Publix.
Okay.
And she does not like sandwiches lately. So she just wanted the Boar's Head Ever Roast chicken. We get it shaved super thin. So just in there with a fork.
Can you pack our lunches?
I know,
too?
right?
Because that sounds fire, actually.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Some of these kids online, I see it. There's that one mom watching the video and she's cutting the cucumbers in flower shapes and putting it in. And the other one's this is me. And they're just putting the entire bag of chips in the book bag and a bunch of bananas or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
It's no joke making lunches.
I'm just very impressed by the coins. Shout out to the coins, Wegman.
We learned that one day. You
it.
just change the shape and then they'll eat them.
Also, shout out to all the moms. You guys make it happen. And the fact that some of the girls and guys are going to school with bento boxes.
I know.
I'd be like, here's your Uncrustable.
I love Uncrustables.
So
Strawberry or grape?
the grape is where it's at.
Ew, gross.
Okay, well, everyone just shook their head.
Strawberry.
I thought this was a safe place. Thank you, Neha.
Okay, well, strawberries is where it's at. And the Nutella ones I haven't even tried because I'm that's way too sweet.
I didn't know they had Nutella ones.
Apparently, that's a new thing.
Okay.
We had a birthday over the weekend.
We did have a birthday. It was my son, Sweeney Todd's birthday.
Look at how cute he is.
Thank you so much. He takes after his mom. And I just wanted to show you guys these pictures because we celebrated at his favorite place, which is the Barber Academy.
Yeah.
The barber school. So they all love him, as you can see. And we had cupcakes and all the things. But I just love how much you can see it in that next picture, how much
They love him.
And he loves them too.
Oh.
So my son's, I have a 1-year-old. So now I'm in the real mom category. So just let
Yes.
me know what to expect. I'm seeing a little bit of, he's, what do you call it? Marking more.
Oh.
So the teenage phase is
Yes,
you know what I mean?
The terrible twos are coming.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Motherhood.
Yeah, it's not easy. Between the bento boxes and what's his personality like? I've met him one time, but he's chill, right?
Yeah, he's very chill. He's very chill, except for there's another dog around. He's super defensive. This is my mom. This is my family. But other than that, he is super exactly what you see. He we call him a cat. He loves to sleep, and he's just super, super sweet.
Love
Loves
him.
to play.
Happy birthday, Sweeney Todd.
Happy birthday, Sweeney Todd, and happy birthday to Neha's cat too. Spike. Same day as Sweeney
I
Todd.
didn't know you have a cat.
I know a lot of people don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I never knew she had a cat. Happy birthday, Spike.
Yeah.
So we had some pretty crazy stories over the past week. One of them was really interesting. Have you ever seen those? I've actually always wondered about going on these.
I want to do it.
I know. I feel like you need the right people, though. You're probably like, what are you talking about? You know those floating tiki huts.
You see them all over Cape Coral, Fort Myers Beach.
Yeah, and you don't have to pedal or anything because I've seen ones before where you have to do something.
Right. I'm not
that's on a
working
bike or something like that. It's on the street. This is on water.
Right. So
It's a
totally
boat.
motorized. It's a boat.
It's a boat. Anywhoots, in Charlotte County, Charlotte Harbor, the Oasis Tiki Tour boat saw some guy struggling in the water. And you probably can't see it from that far away. He is all cut up because he jumped, according to detectives, over this fence, landed on the rocks, and he was really struggling apparently. So
Super lucky that the tiki guy.
look, there's blood everywhere. I'm sorry. Viewer discretion advised.
Seriously though, and so they were just floating on by. They saw him, and then they helped him to get out of the water. But did deputies say that this guy was like just hanging out, intoxicated?
The quote is he was drinking and was trying to show off. That's a quote. That was not me saying that.
Sure, thank you.
So yeah, he's lucky. You can see he's like, man, what did I do? He's like literally dripping blood everywhere. It didn't go well.
Yeah.
This guy, on the other hand, Oasis Tiki Tours, he's like, what did he say? He had the best quote. He's
Yeah,
like,
he said something about the party, and the party.
my what?
My
My party energy was high after that. And I was like, okay. And he's like shaking his head.
yeah, he's just got good energy. I want to go on his tiki tour in Charlotte County.
Definitely. There's a bunch of them around town. So if you like the tiki tours or you've been on one, let us know because I'm curious to hear the experience. This next story.
What? Crazy. What? Also, I just want to say I did not realize this was in Cape Coral.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a semi. It's yellow cab, right? If you've seen this, let us know or let KPZ know because hit and run.
Yeah.
We're not talking on like veterans or 75. In the middle of a Cape Coral neighborhood, this semi truck caused $400,000 worth of damage and just took off. I'm talking fences, power poles, dragged cars across yards.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and what's crazy is the driver's still out there.
I know. They took off.
They took off. So they're looking for this person. So if you have any information, that's the other part of the story, call Cape Coral Police Department because they're trying to figure out who the heck was behind this. I would be so
Oh, I'd be so mad.
bad.
And like, does insurance cover that? Hey, a semi.
That's a valid question.
I mean, I'm sure it does.
That's a valid question. $400,000 in property damage is crazy. Also, like, we don't want to, that's the last thing we want to deal with ahead of hurricane season, right? Like having to fix up stuff. Come on. That's crazy.
My guess is, though, they're going to find this person because, as you probably well know, you're on camera like 72 times a day. If you're
right.
last seen going north on Burnt Store Road, so I'm sure they're just going to like follow the camera, see which way she went, and then find him. But woof.
Yeah, between the cameras on the roads and then the Ring cameras, they're going to find you for sure.
We were talking about this earlier today. You know, a lot of people have somebody in their life, whether it's a family member or someone they know who has Alzheimer's or experienced it at some point. There's this new blood test that the FDA is clearing, and it basically is helping to diagnose Alzheimer's much, much, much earlier.
Right.
So 55 and up, and think about it, 55 is young.
Young, exactly.
And so they measure two proteins in your blood plasma, and they say more than 2 in 5 people over 55, so about 42%, will have dementia in their later years.
Which is why the FDA clearing this blood test is that much more of a big deal because you can get answers sooner.
Yeah.
Right? If it's going to impact so many people and then, you know, whatever treatments or
There's
exercises
medication.
that you need to implement,
Yeah.
you can start those earlier to slow the impact. So this is huge. This clearance just came down today, so it's a big deal.
Yeah, and so if you catch dementia early enough, there's medication you can take. It doesn't reverse it, but it stops it from progressing. So you know what I mean? Like this is important stuff, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
The other thing we were talking about on the show today was, we were just talking about this the other day in my neighborhood too. Buying a house nowadays, especially in Southwest Florida, it just seems like almost unattainable because places where, you know, traditionally you would look, nobody can afford it anymore. It's crazy expensive.
100%. A lot of the times, if you go on Twitter, like random times of the week, you'll see something like American Dream, and when you click on it, it's like it talks about how impossible it is to attain.
Yeah.
Now we have Ryan Kruger, who shared this story today that says 51% of Americans who currently rent their homes believe home ownership may be permanently out of reach.
I think some of that is because we live in Florida, right? Like if you live in rural, I don't know, Nebraska, not an issue, but we live in a touristy area. So
Yeah.
near the water. It's very expensive.
14th most expensive state. Come on.
So where can you live in Florida? Ryan did a little homework because if you are feeling priced out here and you're thinking, I want to stay in the state, it was Ocala is the most affordable cost per square foot in Florida. It was 58% cheaper than living here. Ocala, if you're not familiar with where that is, just outside of Gainesville in the center of the state. I don't want to move to Ocala.
I was going to say that thing. I just wasn't sure if we should actually say it, but like, shout out to our people in Ocala.
I love Ocala. I just don't want to move
there. I want to live there. Yeah. I
same.
want to live here.
Same.
You know?
We grew up here. So anyway, we feel it. It's real. I mean, whether you're renting or owning, stuff's expensive right now.
Right.
It's only going to get worse.
Ryan, to this story and the topic of it when it comes to things being expensive, he does this series called It's Your Money. Every Tuesday and Thursday. You can find that on our website or you can look for it in the newscast. Just little ways to help you figure out how to make the most out of your money or to save as well. So make sure you look out for those because they're very helpful.
Love that. Let's talk about sunscreen because we're going into summer. And even on a cloudy day, you should be wearing sunscreen, my friends.
Can I just tell you something? I just want to be very honest about this. I feel like I've told a couple people.
Wait, what's happening?
Oops. It's okay.
Boop, boop. We're going to skip that one.
Yeah, it's okay. Those are... Oh, let's do that. I did not know that I could peel. Look at your face. Look at your face. Look at your face.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm just digesting that.
All right,
You did
so
not know that, meaning
gonna-
like if you get burnt and then your skin peels?
Yes. I didn't
Why?
know that I could because of the melanin in my skin. Because of
okay.
because of this black skin.
So
I was
you never peeled before until what,
hadn't-
recently?
Literally until like 2 years ago. I came to work and you can still see now during the summer months, it happens every year to me. My forehead starts to peel like right here.
Huh.
And so no matter what color match I have for my foundation or whatever, it just doesn't work. And that is when I realized, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I was like, wow, I need to use sunscreen. And I know that Neha's laughing in the
That's
corner.
when you realized that?
I'm serious. I thought, I listen, I'm just going to speak up for some of the browner people and just say like, we thought because we had this, we didn't need that stuff. But like, the truth of the matter is we get the same things and the same diagnoses from not wearing sunscreen.
Skin cancer.
100%.
Even, so I'm more olive skin, right? So even growing up before we moved to Florida, I don't know, maybe it was the 80s and the 90s. It just wasn't like we're putting sunscreen on before you go outside.
Exactly.
I was dark. I was really, really tan as a kid. And now I'm just psycho about the sunscreen because, especially for women,
Come on.
causes the wrinkles. But I also had the privilege of getting melasma. And if you don't know what melasma is, it's like a dark spot. A lot of women get it on their face. It's technically a hormone spot. And mine came in the form of a pencil mustache. Like literally my melasma line is right here. So when I go out in the sun, it just is what it is. After I got pregnant with my twins, I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
So I have to use this special cream to like lighten it. It looks like I have a mustache. It looks like it's hair. It's not. Word to the wise.
In addition to, so are you like covering it up in addition to sunscreen as well? Or how do you protect your skin in addition when you're out
I
there?
used to like not wear a hat everywhere I went.
Okay.
When I go out on the boat
Yes.
or not that I have a boat, but on somebody's boat, if I'm outside, I try to wear like a wide brim hat.
Yes.
Put the sunscreen on. It's in all my makeup. But then, speaking of which, this is my favorite. I wanted to show this. This is literally my absolute favorite sunscreen.
What brand is this?
This is, it doesn't really matter the brand, but I do love this one, Color Science.
Okay.
Okay. So I use this on my kids too. I buy a 3-pack. You shake it. See how it's moving? You probably can't see that. And it's
Shut up.
Powder.
Also,
and then you hold on. Fully covered. Hold on. SPF 50. And I use it on my kids too. If I'm in a real pickle, I'll like do my shoulders and then I rub it in.
I didn't know it came in powder form.
It comes in powder form.
I just learned tint like 2 weeks ago.
And this one has a little bit of like color to it. So a lot of people that I know use this as like their makeup
Do you
on the
think that
weekends.
could work for me? Put
Yeah,
it on
they
my
have
hand.
different colors.
Put it on my hand.
Yes,
let me
it's
see.
translucent. It's too light for you, but they have different colors.
Wow.
Now rub it in.
Wow. Actually,
so this
if
one's too light for you.
Yeah, but the fact that there's a powder is really blowing my mind. I just learned that there are SPF products in makeup as well.
Yes. And so for the kids,
This is a game changer. I mean, the way that just like matted your face is crazy.
It's literally like makeup, like powder. But if you have kids, you know how hard it is. Like, get over here. I'm putting sunscreen on your face and like, just like that.
Yep.
My kids are like, Mommy, can I have some makeup? Can I have some makeup? And I'm like, of course you can.
That's so good.
So it's great. And I noticed, like, this is a higher end. They sell this at like dermatologists and whatnot. But I saw that they actually sell a kids version on like Amazon or Target. It's just a white. You just shake it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love that so much because you know what? I was on a boat the other day and I wanted to look cute, but I also didn't want this, to get all the things. So I used sunscreen. I was looking real oily out there. I did not know that. So thanks for sharing that.
If I'm out of town and in the sun, I have been known to put just like a slab of white sunscreen on my lip because I don't want that hormone line.
100%. I get that.
These are real world problems.
So we're talking about sunscreen because there was the official list of all the recommended sunscreens that you should use officially came out. If you want to check that out, you can just literally just type it in online.
Mineral's becoming more popular.
Mineral is becoming more. Mineral face sunscreen. Is this Mineral?
Oh, my glasses on. Hold on. Stand by. Active ingredient, titanium dioxide, 22.5%, and zinc oxide. So, yes, that's Minerals.
Yeah, that's Mineral. So
Minerals.
you're on track, my girl. But this list comes out through the consumer organization. So definitely take a look to see what they recommend. Also, they were just basically saying make sure you apply sunscreen to your face. That was like the big part of the article as well. So
yeah, skin cancer is a real thing. One place that I always have to yell at my kids to reapply is when we go to the theme parks because, you're sweaty and you're gross. But 2 days, a new theme park opens in Florida. Thank you. We're super excited.
Oh.
Universal Epic Universe. First one in 27 years, which is kind of crazy.
Yes.
I remember when I think it was Islands of Adventure opened.
Big deal. That was a big deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So tickets in June, July, and August range from $164 to $189 per person. You can start buying tickets on June 1st.
Look, Super Mario World, I mean,
Nintendo.
we thought we had to go to Japan to do that. It's right here.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Like, this is a whole different experience at Universal. And we've been talking a lot about staycationing and all the things. This is an option for you. And Amy, you said, she told me this today. If you stay on property, because we were talking about fast passes and all the things, if you stay on property, you kind of got a fast pass already.
So it costs a little more, right? The hotel, when you look at like versus whatever random hotel 10 miles away, it's a little more expensive. However, if you were going to buy a fast pass anyway, you'll probably end up saving money because your hotel key, if you stay on property, is your fast pass.
That's a game changer.
So I'm like, nope. Especially, okay, it'd be one thing if you're going by yourself or just two people, but when you have 3 kids going in the hotel room, everyone in your room, their hotel key.
That's awesome.
So imagine having to buy 5 fast passes. They range.
Up. Fast passes are expensive.
They're like $200.
100%.
So that's what we do when we go to Universal. I'm like, if we're doing this, we're doing this.
Yep, we're committing.
Right?
I agree. You taught me that, so I'm excited because I believe in the fast pass. I don't know if that applies to things like Halloween Horror Nights and stuff like that, because sometimes.
No, it doesn't. You can buy like a theme park pro.
or theme park correspondent.
If you're going to any of the Halloween, whether it's Busch Gardens, Universal, they have their own separate like line jumper or VIP pass. You have to buy that separately. Gotcha. That's okay, though. Still
a win. Definitely going to check this out. I know you're going to check it out because you're a fellow Harry Potter girl, too.
Yeah, and my son, this summer we will be there.
Yes.
Maybe we'll all see each other. It'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll see each other.
Oh, there's the sunscreen. Hi. Hi, sunscreen. How you doing?
See, this is what I'm like spraying. These bottles, I'm carrying these in my bag, not knowing there was something cute.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. My mom and I went to Ulta the other day, and I was like blown away that there's makeup.
I mean, I have this at home. I use that from the neck down on my arms, on my legs.
And I'm reapplying this stuff.
Yes, but not on the face.
Okay, but not on the
And one more, we're back on the topic of sunscreen. Trader Joe's has this sunscreen. I'll have to find the name of it. Anyway, it's in like a tannish white bottle. My girlfriend got it for me. It squirts out in like a gel. Like you put it on and it turns to powder. So it's not greasy at all. This stuff is amazing.
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Yes, I'm telling you. I'll send you a picture of what it looks like.
Gel.
I think bees get a bad rap. Do we really understand? Do most people, I do, really understand how important bees are for the survival of human nature. I don't think people get it.
No, that is why we have World Bee Day, which is today. Happy World Bee Day to
Happy World Bee Day. And I'm not even like trying to be funny. Bees, like a lot of people are like, kill it, kill it, kill it. I'm like, no, don't kill
We
it.
need them to pollinate.
Literally.
We need the bees.
Without bees, we would not survive.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I freak out when I see them. Don't get me wrong.
Have you been stung?
Yeah, I have.
How many
I
times?
remember it. Well, it was one time. Okay, but I got asthma and all the things. Okay.
Okay, so did you have
So
a
I like
reaction?
blew up. Yeah.
Oh, like swollen?
Yeah. And my
sorry.
mother had to give me a treatment.
Like an EpiPen?
no, like a
Oh, sure.
nebulizer. Yeah.
Baby.
It's very traumatic for me, so I always worry like that's gonna happen to me in public.
Yeah.
You know? But I still love the bees.
I love the bees. They're important. They contribute 18 billion annually to U.S. crop production. Okay, so they're super important. How can you help them? You can plant a garden.
Yeah.
You can let your clover and wildflowers grow. Water them. Leave little shallow dishes in stones so that they have something to go to. But then watch for the mosquitoes too. So I'm not really going to condone that portion of it. We'll let the rest of the country do that.
Or if you leave like water out, it does attract frogs too. So
Yeah, I don't do frogs.
we don't do frogs.
My dad was allergic to bees, and we didn't know.
No.
And I remember I was in high school, I think, and all of a sudden I hear, "Amy!" And I'm thinking, what did I do?
Yeah.
What? Like what? So I'm marching across the house, and I found him. He was like passing out over the toilet, and his tongue was the size of a softball.
What'd
So-
you do?
I called 911. They gave him an EpiPen. So he ended up getting the treatments where you get like the injections regularly for months to build up the immunity.
Yes.
But it's weird because he had to be like close to 55, 60 at that
Never
point.
knew.
Never knew.
Wow.
Not weird.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
No. I try not to be. But my gosh, just anaphylaxis is a real thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is kind of scary.
All right. Speaking of birthdays, okay, we're just going to circle back for a second.
Okay.
We have 2 big birthdays that we've been celebrating thanks to our girl, Ella Rhodes.
Oh my gosh, I love this story.
Oh my gosh. This is going to hopefully make your day like how it made our day, okay?
I think it's amazing that they both live in the same community in Lehigh Acres.
They live in the same community. They're a month apart.
June and August, right? End of June, beginning of August. It's
And
crazy.
They are both 110 years old.
110. Look at 19. What was it?
Girl looks
15.
good.
Wow. She plays the piano.
She taught herself how to play the piano in Jamaica.
And Ella asked her, "What's your secret?" And she just pointed up.
To God.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
She's so sweet.
beautiful.
Look at and she's beautiful.
Look at her skin. Look at her skin.
This is our other friend who's 110. I don't remember their names.
I know. I wish I did too. But they're having a birthday party.
Right. And so they want you, and we want you to send cards. Let's flood them with birthday cards. What?
Gwen and Veronica.
That sounds like a sitcom.
It sure does.
I think Gwen and Veronica are amazing and living their best life. Like, typically 80, 90, some people start really like deteriorating. They look good for 110.
That's what the caretaker was saying. She said they're doing better than a lot of people that are even younger than them, way younger than them. So they're having a big birthday party. Did you hear that they're going to have a DJ?
They're going to have a DJ.
Going
They're going to
down.
have like cupcakes. And the cool thing is the community in Lehigh Acres donated all the stuff. So if you want to go, you can contact the senior living center where they live and you can go, party with
Celebrate
them.
with
I mean,
them.
110.
That's a big deal.
That's
And
definitely worth
these
celebrating.
ladies look good, 100%.
Veronica and Gwen.
I love it.
I love it.
I would watch that podcast for sure.
We're very neutral today.
Yeah, we're giving neutrals. Neutrals. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't either, but I still love you.
Thank you.
So that's going to do it for us today. This is our episode of Off Script. You can catch us Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays on fox4now.com. We have our own landing page on fox4now.com if you want to watch previous episodes and learn how ChatGPT hated on us and told me that my legs
I
were
have
ashy.
one more thing I need to tell you about
What?
that. I went to the gym yesterday
Okay.
because ChatGPT, in addition to, I'm just going to say it, my grandfather, they were like, you're blowing up,
You're not.
So I was like, all right. So shout out to you, Ophis, if you're watching. I know you are. So what I did was I asked ChatGPT for the summer glow up workout.
Oh, did it give you a workout?
Yes.
Okay, so that is something I will use ChatGPT for because I'm always like, okay, I have my little 8 and 10 pound weights.
Which, I mean, It's work.
No, it's not.
But flex when I grabbed your arm.
Yes, I
Oh my
did.
gosh, you go,
There's
girl.
a lot of mush between here and the muscle. That's what we need to work on.
Okay. Well, you can ask ChatGPT. It gives you a specific workout. I even was like, hey, you know, I have a knee injury from back when I used to dance and stuff. And it was, so then it tailored it to like how I could do cardio and lift while still like taking care of that and, you know, protecting myself and stuff like that as well.
Is this a home workout?
No.
It's a gym workout. So they'll tell you like what machine to use.
Absolutely. It was like, use the hip abductor. And I was like, well, let me go on YouTube and see what that is. And then I found it, and your girl was in there with the real gym people doing the thing. I'm going back today.
I'm proud of you.
Allie and I. Thanks. I'm trying. Once your grandfather tells you, it's just different, you know. ChatGPT though really jump started the conversation. Listen, I just think that like I just want to be healthy. That's the thing. And you know what? I'm intimidated by the gym. I was telling the girls like I don't like the gym setup.
No, me neither.
I was telling you too. Like I feel uncomfortable. But when I see like older people with beautiful bodies lifting, you know what I mean, running, I'm like that's what's important to me.
the
I
health.
want that. It's
Right.
the health.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For me, it's less about the looks and more about the health and maybe about buttoning my jeans.
Yeah, I want to be able to fit in my clothes too.
Yeah, same.
So.
Well, you're beautiful.
Thank you. Stay tuned for 8 weeks so you can see if it works.
It will work.
Thanks.
So for the next 35 minutes, you can watch the rest of the news of the day and catch up on what's going on across Southwest Florida. Otherwise, we're going to see you tomorrow at 10 here at fox4now.com. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.